to walk back home alone, and in that fading amber light there was always one small glow by the window, waiting just for me. Your hands were thin and weathered, but they held a quiet sun, like winter light on frozen skin, soft enough to make me warm. My tired days would slowly melt without a single word, like an old and worn out blanket. You wrapped the night around me, and even when the wind would rise, your warmth would never leave. You were never loud, never bright, but you were everything that stayed. You were my lantern in the dark, and I lived inside your light, just a trembling little shadow learning how to be alive. Your love fell down like silent rain, seeping through the cracks in me, filling all the empty spaces I was too young to see. One rainy day I still remember, you stood there in the storm, no umbrella, just your shoulder leaning slightly toward me, as if the rain could take you down, but not before you held me. You were soaked, but I was safe. Your eyes, they never needed words, they spoke in quiet constellations, guiding me through every dark. You were my sky without an end, and I was just a drifting cloud, floating in your endless blue, without a single doubt. The time slipped through like grains of sand. No matter how I tried to hold, it disappeared between my hands. And now I finally understand the weight your silence carried. You stood there like a mountain, so I could learn to stand. You were never asking for a thing, you just gave and gave and gave. You were my breath before I knew what it meant to breathe. And now I walk this road alone, the dusk feels deeper than before, but somewhere in that fading light, I still see you by the door, waiting like you always did. So now I will try to live the way you lived, quiet, strong, and warm, like a light that never asked to be seen.